to me, the ultimate tone is your hands onto a guitar, the guitar into an amp, and then that's where you have all those different tones and between the volume. And so, but I feel like in a lot of, at least in a lot of the setups that I have, I have to use amps and I have to use pedals in order to achieve a lot of the different distortion ranges. But what I found with the Kemper amp, after we had modeled the Princeton reverb, you're able to manipulate the drive on the Princeton, so you get this beautiful sound. It's like the best case scenario of a Princeton reverb turned up loud. Without all of the inconsistencies of the speaker and and maybe it not sounding quite right, but with the modeled sound, the profiled sound, you have all that dynamic in your volume pedal. I mean, in your volume control on the guitar, and man, it makes you want to play, and it just gives you that. That dynamic range that you're really searching for. And so my goal is to get less pedals, less stuff, and more about the tone. And so I think that Kemper profiling amp is allowing me to do that kind of situation. So to get to where that we were at just a few minutes ago, I would have to use a compressor, which I've got this one modded for it's like the old Ross compressor, and then I would have on a tube screamer type pedal, and then of course I have to run through my tube tape echo because that has a certain sound of preamp. So I've got all these elements that are in between me and the amp, which. With that, I didn't feel like I needed all that in between. It was already there. Yeah. With this, we get, here's the perfect clean sound version of that amp. And then we go, okay, now we can manipulate it and control it and have it where it sounds like it's really loud, but it's not. The way I like to work live, I would probably just find one amp that I really like. And then because the dynamic range on the guitar goes from completely clean to however distorted I want it to be, that's probably how I would operate. Now I say that, but to have it on stage and have all this available to me in an instant, I can go from my Matchless to my Princeton to a Marshall to a Boogie. I might be tempted to switch a little bit more, but normally I can't do that because I want to find that one sound that really works and just stay with it the whole night. But the other thing I love is that I could actually, with the effects being on the back side of the amp, like on a Princeton reverb, if I was to take even my tube echo or my El Capi stand and turn this amp up to where the distortion is pleasing for me, and then hit it with a delay, the delays mush out. They sound funny. So with this, you can completely get your ultimate drive sound, and then the effects are there for you on the back end of it. Right. So they're clean, they're pure, it doesn't mess with the distorted sound at all. If it sounds good, it is good, plug it in, let's go. And so just to listen through my in-ear, I'm so used to in the studio, I sit with headphones on all day. I'm so used to hearing things here, and I don't need to feel all that other stuff around me. But now I wouldn't say that would be fun to do, though, to have a nice full range system blasting at you with this tone. But I would probably go with in-ears and I know the band would love it. And I play in a lot of churches, and I can see where like in church situations, there are new guys coming in every Sunday. They rotate the band. Well, now all the guitar players, they can have their amp profiled exactly how they want it. They come in on Sunday morning. They don't have to lug their amp or all their pedals. All they have to do is come in, plug in. They've got their AVM systems, their in-ears. So I'm going to be telling a lot of my friends about that. So if it didn't sound good, then we wouldn't even be talking. But it sounds great, and so it really opens a ton of doors for people that we're always trying. I know I'm always like, well, what am I going to bring this morning? Okay, what amp am I going to grab? And it's just like to know that you have something that reliable and sounds that good. It's just like it's really going to open the door for a lot of folks. So.